The hall of the stellar court shimmered with silver light as envoys from dozens of worlds gathered in silence. Every figure waited for the arrival of the royal heir, a being whispered about across the galaxy. Some feared her. Some admired her. All respected the lineage she carried and the ancient power flowing in her blood. When the main doors slid open, the room chilled with an instinctive shiver as the vampire princess stepped forward. She moved with calm grace, her long cloak flowing behind her like a fragment of night carried into daylight. Her presence was not loud or demanding, yet every eye fixed on her as if compelled. The princess stopped at the center platform, scanning the hall with slow, deliberate interest. Delegations bowed. Warriors lowered their heads. Advisors froze mid-breath. She was known for choosing her partners for life with a single declaration, and the royal line rarely explained their choices. For centuries, each partner served as both bondmate and guardian, a mix of honor and burden. Many noble houses prayed she would choose one of their own. Some feared she might choose an outsider. None expected what came next. Among the crowd stood a human soldier named Leon, assigned as a simple representative escort, and placed in the back row with no expectation of notice. His posture was steady, his uniform plain. He was here as a symbolic gesture, nothing more. He had been told to stand respectfully and avoid drawing attention. Yet the princess paused. Her eyes locked onto him as if she had been searching for something only he carried. The hall hushed to absolute stillness. Her voice, quiet yet unmistakable, cut through the air. That one. He will be my partner. The silence that followed felt heavy enough to crush a star. Leon blinked, unsure he had heard correctly. Delegates turned toward him with disbelief. Some gasped. A few muttered in shock. The princess had chosen a human, one of the youngest and least influential species in the alliance. No noble lineage. No psychic gifts. No ancient power behind him. Only the strength of human will and the stubbornness that often came with it. Leon straightened, but remained silent, unsure if speaking would break some ancient rule. The court's chancellor stepped forward to confirm. Your Highness, may I clarify? You mean the human soldier in the back? Yes. The princess did not even blink. He will stand beside me? The declaration sealed the decision. No one could challenge it without risking interstellar conflict. The human delegation stared in stunned confusion. Leon felt the weight of 1,000 eyes, but kept his breathing even. He had faced battlefields and storms, but nothing felt as overwhelming as being chosen by the Princess of the Stars without explanation. When the ceremony ended, guards escorted him through high crystal corridors into a private chamber where the princess waited alone. The room was dimly lit with blue lanterns that cast soft shadows across her pale features. Leon stopped a respectful distance away. He spoke carefully. I do not understand why you chose me. You are not required to understand. Her tone was calm, not cruel. But I will explain enough so you do not feel lost. She walked closer, circling him with the silent curiosity of a scholar examining a rare artifact. Her gaze felt sharp, yet not hostile. Your species is young. Your world small. Your technology incomplete. But you carry something the others do not. Leon held steady. What do humans carry? A refusal to yield. She tapped a finger against his chest. Others bend. Others break. Humans endure. Even when logic says they cannot. Even when odds are impossible. I have watched your kind across the stars. You survive through storms that devour stronger beings. He absorbed her words with quiet confusion. That is why you chose me. Because humans endure. That is the surface answer. She stepped back. The deeper reason is far older. She pointed toward the large display on the chamber wall. A star map unfolded, revealing a distant region marked in red. There is a threat rising there. It awakens every few thousand cycles. My line always chooses a partner before the awakening returns. The partner is not merely a companion. They become the anchor through which my power remains stable. Leon kept his voice calm. You need me to help you control your power, in a sense. Her expression softened. But understand, I could choose anyone with strength or skill. Instead, I chose someone who can steady the heart. Someone who can stand beside me without fear. Someone who will not flee even when the sky burns. Leon exhaled slowly. You believe I am that person. I know you are. She sat down gracefully at a low table and motioned for him to join. Sit, let us speak openly. He sat. The princess poured a dark liquid into 2 cups. She did not drink. She simply watched him with sharp, thoughtful eyes. Tell me what you fear most. Leon answered honestly. Failing the trust placed in me. She nodded. Good. Partners who pretend not to fear anything break quickly. Those who acknowledge fear endure. Their conversation continued for hours. She asked about his past, his struggles, his reasons for joining the alliance. He asked about her responsibilities, her powers, her burdens as heir to an ancient line. Through each question, a subtle sense of understanding formed between them. Not comfort, not friendship, but respect. It grew slowly, like a flame learning to hold shape. For days after the declaration, Leon remained within the royal palace. Advisors trained him on etiquette. Warriors tested his reflexes. Scholars examined his mind for stability. The princess observed quietly from time to time, offering occasional guidance. Some members of the court accepted him quickly. Others whispered doubts behind closed doors. A few believed a human could never stand beside their princess in the trials to come. One night, while Leon walked across a balcony overlooking the Star Gardens, a royal captain approached him. The captain's voice held a cold edge. Human, do not believe her choice means you are worthy. Leon did not turn. Worthiness is earned, not assumed. The captain scoffed. You are fragile. You live a brief life. My people train centuries for the role she has granted you. If you fail, she suffers. If you fall, she falls with you. Leon faced him calmly. Then I will not fall. You speak boldly. I speak truth. The captain studied him with faint surprise, then left without further argument. Leon remained on the balcony, letting the faint silver glow of the stars settle his mind. He understood the risk. He understood the duty. He accepted both. The next morning, the princess summoned him to a training hall. The walls shimmered with energy grids used for combat drills. She motioned him forward. You must learn to move with me. A partner must match my rhythm. Leon nodded and stepped into the arena. She activated a training program, projecting shifting illusions of enemies formed from condensed light. Leon moved through them with steady precision, his instincts guiding him more than his training. The princess observed every detail, adjusting the patterns to test his reactions. At one moment she spoke softly. Your movements show restraint. Why do you hold back? Because I am evaluating every strike. Leon responded while redirecting an attack. A reckless blow may land clean, but a measured one keeps options open. Her lips curved in the faintest sign of approval. Good. You think rather than lash out. When the session ended, she approached him with a thoughtful expression. You adapt faster than I expected. Humans learn quickly. He wiped sweat from his brow. Especially when stakes are high. They are higher than you know. She turned to the viewing window, gazing at the distant stars. The awakening I spoke of is not merely a threat. It is a cycle that tests my lineage. Without a partner whose spirit can anchor mine, I cannot face what comes. Leon stepped beside her. Then I will anchor you. Not because you chose me, Because someone must stand with you. She did not answer at first. Then she spoke quietly. I chose well. Days turned into weeks as they trained together, spoke together, and learned the cadence of each other's thoughts. Leon's presence grounded her. Her guidance sharpened him. Yet no bond formed out of romance or desire. It built out of shared purpose, trust, and the recognition that each held something the other lacked. The court slowly shifted their view of him. Some even began offering support. Others remained skeptical. But none questioned the princess directly. One evening, as they prepared for departure toward the distant red-marked region, she approached him with a question she had never asked before. Do you regret being chosen? No, Leon answered without hesitation. I regret nothing that gives meaning to my path. She paused, then spoke softly. When this is over, you may choose to remain by my side or return to your world. I will not bind you, and if I choose to stay, then you will no longer stand behind me. You will stand with me. He nodded. Then let us survive the coming storm. They boarded the royal ship, its hull gleaming with ancient sigils that reacted faintly to the princess's presence. The journey to the awakening region lasted several days. During that time, they studied the enemy records, rehearsed strategies, and prepared for the unknown. The princess spent long hours in meditation. Leon often stood watch nearby, silent but steady. The crew respected him now. They saw the way the princess's power flowed more smoothly when he was near. They saw the confidence in her voice when she addressed the ship. They realized the human was not a mistake. He was a stabilizing force. When they reached the region, space itself seemed to tremble. A dark rift pulsed with energy, opening like a cosmic wound. The princess moved toward the viewing deck, her gaze firm. It begins.